Hey everybody, Matt Shinian here. Welcome to my studio. I've been back from Barcelona for over a week now, almost 2 weeks actually, and I'm finally kind of getting myself back to my normal person. It was very tiring, but it was a fantastic trip. So I want to show you the watercolors I did on the trip. Um, Next week, next Sunday, not this Sunday, the Sunday next, the 24th, I'm going to have a show with these right here. So these will be available, shown and available for sale Sunday, March 24th, 12 to 4. And I can talk about the residency, which was fantastic. Originally, we visited our daughter, Emma, who's taking a year in Barcelona, teaching English. And so we wanted to visit her. We missed her a lot. And so we stayed with her, which was really great. And I had a little micro residency, which is basically a 2-week, it's like a little space. It's like a space, but it's also a great bunch of artists and art lovers and people that make things happen. So it's kind of like renting a space in a co-working space, which is exactly what it is. But there's 2 other residents, and we did studio visits. We did a studio visit, and then at the end there was an open studio, which was really a lot of fun, and I highly recommend it. Basically, for me, I just needed a wall. So this is a place. They have all these streets that are closed to traffic, except for some delivery trucks that come and deliver stuff. But basically, these are streets that are cafes sort of take them over. They're really lovely. This was one of those, and the shadow was just fabulous on that. Oh, this one here was the motorcycles, 3 motorcycles. There's so many motorcycles there. That was done. These are in chronological order. So that truck. Then here's the construction site, and the shadows and the various things. I just love construction sites, wherever they are. They all share a certain kind of something with construction sites everywhere. You can probably tell I'm using a very limited palette. Now this is in the port, obviously. There's a little boat there that was some kind of pilot boat or something. And I love water, but this is the outlayer of this series, which is almost all street scenes. And not only just street scenes, but street scenes in the neighborhood that we were staying in and that La Botanica was in. So Emma was living about pretty close to La Botanica. It was one neighborhood away technically, and then anyway, so it was very convenient. I was basically walking around those areas. And these were places right there, So there was some great things to see. And here, of course, I'm loving the painted markings on the side on the streets and sidewalks. I love that here, and I just love what it was doing in this place. And this is the entrance to a parking garage. And just before that, Felipe, one of the organizers there was like, do you ever do any nocturnes here, like in watercolor? Or because he saw one of the nocturnes. I had brought these paintings got shipped to me from Orense. They had been in Paris and a show there. This is Orense, Spain. Anyway, there was a nocturne, and he saw that. He's like, you do nocturnes? I love doing nocturnes, but I generally don't do them in watercolor. And there's no reason not to. Anyway, the bottom line is I started this very dark painting of the parking lot entrance. And by the time I was done, it became nocturne. There was like lights, the street lights came on and blah, blah, blah. It was very different. But sort of my backing into a nocturne. This isn't really a nocturne, but I forget that in the city there's so much bright light that so this was the last painting I did, and these trucks move around a lot. A lot of things that happened in the earlier paintings had things like that. Vehicles would come, vehicles would go. And that's the way it is. Again, that's everywhere. Any urban painting situation or whatever, you're going to find vehicles come and go, and that's part of the fun. But this one was fairly constant, and it was a work site. So there's that. So the funny thing about these paintings, they really almost could be anywhere. They're definitely like your standard urban scenes. And the fabric of this neighborhood that I was in was very constant. Like the distances were kind of constant, which is nice in a way. There was some other places I didn't really wander too much in the city, but there's some other places that had some very, very cool sort of happening things going on. And I didn't get to paint there, but that's part of the, that's what happens. What happens is what happens. So I got 8 paintings done, and it was such an amazing experience. I would not, just going to a place that you're not familiar with and setting up and painting, it's really a way of owning your place. And I kind of love that. It's sort of like, I'm not a tourist. I'm just enjoying this scene for what it's worth, for all of those reasons. And you can get great coffee and stuff right there. So now I'm also going to show the paintings I brought back from. So I won't show all of these, but these 8 here, these have been to Spain, they've been to France, and then they came back with me. There's various things. Sending upstate scenes, prosaic realism scenes to Europe. And none of them sold, which is sort of a shame, but that's all right. I showed them. So there you have it. There's a few. So those will also be here for sale. So that's Sunday, March 24th, 12 to 4, right here at 138 West Main Street. I'm going to have some links on the comments. So look at the comments. You'll see some links to still images from our trip, still images from the watercolors on the street, like site pictures and stuff like that. And so there'll be links to that. I haven't actually put those together, but they will be. And yeah, so come and visit, and I'll show you what I did, and you can see the rest of the stuff. There's all sorts of stuff. Great. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.